different.
We're live.
Oh shit.
Best way to start it.
Alright, so this is all set for you. All you have to do is either hit an arrow key or click, and you're in there. I'm gonna move because you need to be closer to the microphone.
Hey. Oh, this is a nice beanbag.
Yeah, maybe that's all.
Did you?
I fell all the way.
So are we like live or just like kind of
Oh,
live?
we're live.
Oh, we're
We're
live?
live.
We're
Oh,
live.
let me-
I may have fucked up with the title a little bit on accident, but we're live.
Alright, I can confirm. I hear voices. We're also live.
I hear voices too, but that doesn't mean we're live.
Alright. Welcome to our season 5 recap.
Wow, this is everything, oh thank you, that happened in season 5. And all of the times we shared together.
Oh, one screen. How crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 screens. Look at that.
And this is the part where we just try to remember everything that actually happened just from the thumbnail alone. Like, what the hell is that woman just cheering? I don't even remember. Is that one?
That's the 1.5
That's the
anniversary.
1.5
Oh,
anniversary.
okay.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, take us through. Kevin,
Yeah.
what do we have here?
So, we started with Glavinus for the 2
Yeah.
weeks,
Yeah, 2 weeks boosted.
which was honestly really good. I like that they do that every season now. They take like that big flagship person and just, here you go.
They need to do it more often, honestly. It does make it easier to at least test things and figure out if you want to use them before it's like... a
Yeah,
problem.
that was the first time we had like the boosted weapons too, right?
Yes.
From like the monsters that are new.
Yeah, so
That was kind of sick.
you make the weapon at 5-1, you go, is this good? And then you go, oh my god, yeah, and then you build it. Instead of
Yeah.
going like, I hope the Glavinus light bowgun's good enough to use, and then I build it to 10-1,
Yes.
and it's just like, pff, some silver.
Let me spend 400k Zenny and find this ass. And, alright, well, wasted Zenny
They
there.
should have boosted the Chameleos weapon. Like the weapons like
That would have been great.
That would have been great.
Anyway, that's about 20 spots in the future.
So that one's what? The
That was-
introduction of
What the
ours.
hell? Yeah, what the hell is that one? Or is that just the first? Like, what the hell is the Arzuros
Yeah,
one?
it like was like all on the same days. It was Arzuros and whatever the other one was that came with him.
The fact that it's that forgettable is concerning. We're not cheating immediately. We're not looking at the list of things, so...
Wait, is the second picture the launch picture or the first one? Because I feel weren't those two like bundled together?
Yeah, they were kind of bundled together.
Okay, it's like I don't think there was a second Arzuro specific
I
event.
don't know, I guess it was Glavinus, and they have that cut Glavinus off.
Yeah,
So,
Poor soul.
I guess because he's right there, it just
Yeah.
makes sense.
And the 1.5 anniversary, which I don't really remember much of.
I feel like I remember being good. I just don't remember it either.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like was there Elder Dragon stuff in that one? What happened to the 1.5? I remember how it ended, where there was like, oh, let's have this delicious bake-off every year, but then they didn't give us a steak. I remember being salty about that.
That's accurate.
What?
I'll say it was just an anniversary event for slaying gold and silvers.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
that's why it
gold and
was good.
silver, that's all you need
Yeah,
for
it
a
was-
great event.
Gold and silver is just good. And then that's the... What Driftstone was
The
that?
goaded Driftstone
Fighting
event.
Spirit.
It
Lake
wasn't
Tower.
goaded, yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest event that we'll never get again because it
and
was too generous.
Yeah, the one and only event where you got the drip gem as a possible drop.
Which, I'll be quite honest, I didn't play that event, and I'm really regretting it, because having Fighting Spirit on those Valor Armors would have been really nice for these trials.
Yep.
Yet here we are.
Yeah, I think I got 9 drift gems. I think Kevin got 50.
I only got like 20.
No, Kevin's like, I don't know what to put these drift gems on. I guess these Jaggers pants are good enough.
Guys, I ran out of armor. Where do I go?
And I'm just like, oh my god, I got one! And I'm like,
It's funny that I did put it on my Gulpy pants.
yeah, and I'm like, Nergigante pants, please give me Fighting Spirit. No, okay, that's fine. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get an event that good. I was hoping that the last Drift event would be a fighting or a gem drop thing,
Right.
but since it was all like returning skills, but no.
We were so prepared for that.
Yeah,
We had the
we
script written
started
in
we started
advance.
writing scripts, and then they cut the gem thing. It was like, yep, okay, I'm just gonna throw that out the window, and we're never gonna post this.
Another video we'll never post, guys.
So sad. Alexa play Despacito.
Yeah.
Now that's the
This was
Ice and
the
Sleep.
Ice and Sleep event
right.
That's
That was
fine.
preparation for
for Ebony.
Ebony. That's the one. Was it
Ebony's
Sleep
not,
Week?
Ebony's
No?
not either of those sleep week.
I mean, I guess everything's weak to sleep. We try.
I guess, yeah.
If you have a nightshade light bowgun, everything's weak to sleep.
Yeah, why did they give us... Unless it was preparation for the outbreak.
Which what's that one on the
Yeah.
bottom left? The mic's cutting it off.
Oh, that's just
This one?
the first happy
That was
hunting.
the happy hunting with the longsword.
Is that the first one where they started boosting the
Yes.
weapons
Yeah.
during the event? I like that they do that. I just wish I cared.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's definitely good to try weapons, so like
Yeah.
they have to do that. Like, do not stop doing that, please.
Right. I mean, I like the concept, but then when you really start with a weapon, you're like, oh,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
I will say, at least with like the quests, they did get better over time with those.
Yes.
Like they started with, you have to make this sword, and then you have to get a kill with it, and you have to make this armor, and then you have to get a kill with it. Now it's
Yeah.
like, alright, just get longsword kills on small monsters, and have these with 3 random armor.
Right.
Yeah,
And
they're
you're
just,
good.
hey, yo, bro, check this out. You got pink Rathian parts? No. Alright, well, if you want to make this weapon, you'll get some pink Rathian parts. It's like, but I don't have the parts to make it. Next! You're like, what?
And the end of the event, you have 3 weapons that you're never gonna use.
Hell yeah.
Until they're boosted again. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Then we had Ebony with the Easter.
My favorite disappointment of the year.
I really like Ebony
the
as a
Ebony
fight.
or the Easter weapons.
No, these weapons or whatever, I don't give a shit about those, but the Ebony, Bleeding Edge, I'm still sad about it.
I know someone in this room who's not sad about
I
it.
do also know someone in the room who's not sad about it.
Probably 2 people who are not sad about it.
It's surprisingly good on Pokemon. I tried it. It lasts a long time.
Listen,
and
I'm
does a
not-
lot of damage.
I'm not saying I built Ebony dual blades just so I can use Bleeding Edge, but
You want to steal my throne.
goddamn right.
Easter event itself was pretty solid. I like fighting a giant egg. I think that was like goofy.
Honestly, I think that was
cool.
that was probably like the best, like just random event that they made.
And then that event, we got the Exchange Hub.
Yeah.
Which is a
Right.
really great addition.
Yeah, I think they did really good with the exchange hub. I just hope Scopely doesn't turn into the Give Me Money hub.
Right.
Because we haven't gotten that far yet, but like during the ticketed event for Camellios, they started to do that a little bit, which is fine. Because it gave you a
Wasn't
reason
there-
to have the ticket.
Wasn't there like another premium event hub? Like in the there was the Camellios event that had the premium
Yeah.
currency. What was the other
It
one?
would coincide with the fire event.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So if you got the ticket, you kind of double dipped.
Mhm.
And you
Where
can
do you-
get more parts.
Where if you didn't get the ticket, you could only get the ones from the fire event.
Yeah.
Or oh god, I don't know. I like the egg thing for like the egg tickets, but I just wish you could just go into the shop and buy the weapon. Like I'm so sick of buying egg tickets. Just let me buy the weapon. Like you go into Wilds and you're like, oh look, this trader. He has the Yaku hammer. I could just buy it. Like why can't I just buy it?
Don't give Scopely ideas. It's gonna be $100 for a weapon.
That's great. More money in the game that I'm not spending. They're just. Hey guys, I got this premium weapon. It's the Lunar New Year heavy bowgun. There's $300. No.
I thought the event was pretty good though.
But
It was
also
yeah.
to backtrack a little bit. This season was also those premium quests for like the 2,000 whatever gems.
That's right. I kind of forgot about that. It's like if you want parts for like Devil Joe or Rajang or whatever the event currently is, it was like, hey, pay 2,200 gems and you can get the 5 tier 6
yeah.
parts and a bunch of other nonsense. I like the concept of that. I think Scopely did a good job. I'm saying Niantic's not part of this because
It was
Scopely's money
probably
free.
combined.
I'm going to say it's Scopely, makes me feel better. I'm going to say that Scopely did a good job making sure that wasn't necessary.
yeah.
Because usually these types of like cash grabs always feel like something that you have to do, otherwise you're behind.
Right.
That's more like a catch up thing.
Right.
Doesn't make it feel so bad.
Yeah, more for the new players to help catch up to us. So
If-
we're
yeah.
all on the same level.
Which you have the option, but you don't have to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Because you can
seemed
just farm it the same as usual.
And
It's
they
not
seem
like they
to keep
reduced the
coming back.
rates or made it impossible. If anything, it's even easier to farm the monsters, but also adding all these premium stuff to like, I guess, get a little bit more if you're behind.
Right.
And then outbreaks.
Then we had our outbreaks where
Yeah.
Kevin and I destroyed it.
And then Kevin destroyed it.
Yes.
I did not participate in Outbreaks. I don't feel bad that I didn't. After seeing the loot you guys got.
Listen,
I mean,
I don't care for Black Diablos. I actually sold all those mats immediately after. But it was fun.
Bow enjoyers are in shambles right now.
They better be. But I thought it was fun, just like kind of sitting around and Taco Bell, just like hitting the same monster as many times as we could.
yeah, I thought it was great, and it was only what, an hour long?
Yeah, hour long, and then doing it the next day, seeing how long I could go for.
Right.
It was cool.
Taco Bell sponsor us.
Get the Bon Jovi Blast.
Yes.
You said it wrong. You lost it. And then, which is that the Coalescence Driftstone, or
Yeah.
is that the Crit Driftstone?
That's the Coalescence and Latent Power?
Yeah.
Right, it was Latent Power.
That's when the Hellfire builds have finally become real.
The Hellfire meta is becoming a real thing on almost every weapon, and it's scary.
It is.
I was talking to my coworker, we were
even-
talking about the Hellfire weapons. He was like, well, Hellfire and Bowgun's probably possible. I was like, it's not. He's like, well, if anyone could do it, you could do it. And now I'm putting up videos of Hellfire Bowgun. And Hellfire is the answer to every problem. You Valor 5 Hellfire Coalescence. You will mow every monster down. If you could fit it in your build, you don't have enough skill tax, you can make it happen.
Right.
Crazy.
Unfortunately, Coalescence Hellfire also has the hammer tax, though, where it's not always good on hammer.
Mhm.
But when it's good, it is good.
Do you have the same problem where, like, you go to hit him and then he decides not to hit you and then you just explode?
Yes.
That, but also add in getting a KO and they're just down for like 5 seconds.
I have a very similar problem because all the bowguns I use with Hellfire have sticky ammo.
Mhm.
So I am experiencing exactly what you're experiencing,
Yeah.
but only for like 40% of the fight. You have the entire fight.
Like, if the timing is right, like, the special could save you from that, which is what I've also learned on silver speedruns.
Yeah, you just have to
But-
spec at the right time, but
Yeah.
it's so goofy.
Right. I don't use Hellfire, I'm still Bleeding Edge.
Laser.
But, Bleeding Edge and Coalescence is still really good too.
It is, actually. I was experiencing
I
that a
wouldn't
little bit.
like build into Coalescence with Bleeding Edge, but it definitely is.
1 point is 15%.
Oh yeah,
damage.
that's what I'm saying. The first
1 point
point
Yeah.
is good.
more
I
than
wouldn't
enough.
go like I wouldn't go like 5 points or like 3 points unless you could like really fit it.
It's
Right.
just crazy that 1 point's 15%. I don't think there's a single skill in this
No.
game that
Well-
has that scaling. Even
Yeah.
Fighting Spirit's 10%.
Yeah.
What about Skyward? Is that 10 or 15? Is that
Skyward-
the same as the new special
Skyward
boost?
is 15, I think Special Boost is 10.
But you have the skill tax of having to be in the air with
Yeah.
like exactly 2 weapons.
Yeah, for
Yep.
Doughblade you have to be perfect dodging or doing your special. So it's not like an active buff the entire fight. You know,
Tom with
Coalescence
his
is.
Skyward Striker 5, Valor 5,
Mhm.
Coalescence build.
Oh my god, right?
This would be so goofy. Can you imagine?
And I kind of assumed that like after with like Dauntless's scaling, they would just like do away with like the event gems being like so good with only the one first
Right.
level.
Yeah.
Because like Dauntless, you really needed like all 5 points to
You
be
did.
like
Yeah,
good.
5%'s worth
And even
it.
still,
Because it's like 5%, but then like it also increased the duration, which was like the thing that mattered for it.
yeah.
But yeah,
Even still, it's only been one season and Dawn's is just like falling off.
yeah.
Like that power creep hit hard.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. I can't think of a single person I know
Here's
that's
the
still
thing,
using it.
it's impossible to farm Dauntless is the thing. It's like if they brought it back in any of these events, then we could mess around with it. But like
Right.
I only put it on one build, and that was before drift smelting events were like a little bit better than like right now.
He's kind of got a point though, because like,
Like-
how you gotta get 100 drift stones? Granted, they give you these events, you can farm drift stones like crazy. They're like half range, so you could like walk and get them or whatever it is.
But also now every monster drops the dripstone guaranteed.
Yeah,
That was this season that
and
that
then like
started.
Mhm.
that's right. But then think about it that way: you're getting 100 gems to get the Dauntless one that you still been trying to grind
Exactly.
for from last
Yeah, it's
season.
impossible to like.
That's walking 250 kilometers for a 50-50 chance at the gem you have at the smelt you want, because you can still get headstrong.
True. Or to spend how much for the insta smelts and get it.
Oh god.
I think Dauntless did dirty. It could be better, but it just came at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Also, it could use a buff, but I just think it was done dirty.
And they could, we've seen them buff skills before.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of buffs, the bow.
The
man,
bows.
The worst weapon in the game, Black Diablo's bow.
Cringe.
And Black Yowzer's not one that bows buffed for like those quests.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't even on there. They did this whole outbreak, and they were just like,
Zinogre bow, please.
Pookie
It
Pookie.
was. I think it was an ogre.
Yeah.
This is an ogre. That's
I
funny.
always say figure everyone has a 10.5 Black Diablo bow except for Kevin.
Yeah.
So we don't need to buff that.
Mine's 5-1. I was like, yeah, I could do this. Check this out. It's so good. I just need a build. And then I did a build, and then I couldn't kill Stickstar Jaggers with it. And I'm gonna stick to my other range.
I'm gonna stick to this and shut the fuck up.
You guys can have it. It's okay.
Now we have the best, the goat skill,
Yo.
the
that-
Zenny Rush.
They brought back Chadacabra one time. The goat, he's
Right.
back, and then he was gone within a week.
He was.
That Zenny Rush event was very good.
Yep.
I mean, I know you capitalized the most on that.
I mean, I got a whole grade 10 worth of Zenny from that
Actually,
one
like, I
quest.
barely played, but I got like 80k Zenny.
Yeah.
I
I,
was
I
like,
think I got like 130k.
I played maybe like
Oh,
10
like,
minutes a day.
still not bad.
Mhm.
Solid.
I mean, I wasn't like active farming it. Like, I wasn't like spending every night doing it, but like, I had like one trip where I was just like a passenger for 6 hours. So it
Mhm.
was like, I'm just gonna do this the whole time.
Sure, we'll get all these.
And just doing all of the hunt-a-thon. Like, I was actively doing the hunt-a-thons, so I was kind of
Right.
going
The
out of my way
hunt-a-thons I
to
was
hit the
doing.
hunt-a-thons.
But the real Zenny event, Chameleos.
Camellia.
I made so much fucking Zenny
Oh
on
my
that
God,
Chameleos
right?
event. I was swimming in it.
Well,
Because the bug, I'm assuming it's a bug, where Chameleos hides sell for 50 instead of 20.
mm-hmm.
It's just like every time you kill him, he gives you like 5 hides,
That's
and it
still
gives you.
active.
I think so. It's like 5 hides usually because you get unlucky, and then you get like 200 Zenny for the fight
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is. And then you just look down, and suddenly you're just sitting on this massive pile of Zenny or throne of Zenny
Right.
created on the corpses of the Chameleos, the weakest Elder Dragon health
Yeah, the
wise.
hide is still worth 50.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why
I could
was
sell my 13 hides for a nice 650. Let's go.
Why was he so health weak? I know like the invisibility and the scaling and all that, but like they should have given him more health. Not a lot more, but definitely more health.
Yeah, that was definitely not challenging.
No.
Like,
He-
even in like we were thinking like, oh, maybe if we just do it with like randoms, it'll be difficult. No, it's like still so easy.
Well, I don't usually buy things in this game anymore. I bought 100 potions thinking I was gonna get my ass kicked because I was waiting for him to just like venom bomb me, and then the 3 of us start the fight, and then we just kind of look at him and his head's already broken and he's phasing.
To be fair, Devil's Advocate, he was weak to fire, and Silver is the best in the entire game.
And we all have.
But they should have
10-5.
known that.
Yeah, we do all have 10-5 silver weapons.
I mean,
Also,
what-
silver weapons were boosted that week
well,
too,
I mean,
which
what
is
would they
great.
do? Make them weak to like sleep just to try and get people to use a sleep weapon and make it harder?
That would make it
No.
easier. They still did it. People with sleep weapons got faster times than we did.
That's fair.
Sleep broken, especially sleep ammo. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Chameleos weapons, the raw scaling on it isn't the best, but what it does is so good for certain weapons. I'm a huge fan of the lamp, personally. I'm a lamp enjoyer. I'm probably the only lamp enjoyer you'll see ever, but I really like the lamp. More on that next week. I know you built the hammer and it
Yeah,
does
I
the
got
funny,
that 7.5, and I'm
and
it's a hammer.
has the funny looking charge 3, right?
Yeah, it does like bulge out on the charge 3, which is fun.
The only reason to build the weapon.
But status sneak 2 on a hammer is about as good as sneak attack on the Gyros hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Such an
So
odd choice. And then I'm assuming the
Yeah,
dual blades are
I made the
decent.
dual blades at 10-1, but like, I'm gonna try and save the rest of the parts for Insect Glaive when that comes out.
2027.
Yeah, probably.
Mark my words, 2027.
They're gonna make me wait.
We're gonna get Tonfa next year.
yeah, I mean the
You know
event
what? If we get Tonfa, forget Insect Glaive. I'm going all in.
He's a Tonfa main! It's 2-handed weapons! He loves them! One in each hand, he's going nuts!
Listen, Tonfas are just blunt dual blades.
Basically, which those already exist.
now I can compete.
Yeah.
The Diablos, the hammers, or whatever the fuck they are, the dual blades are just blunt swords. It's basically just Tonfa. They could have just. Whatever.
I mean, I thought the event was good in general. Like,
Oh,
it was
I thought
good that
great.
silver was also like boosted and around like during that event too.
See,
for
that
people
was
to catch
also
up on
nice.
I think they did that right. I think the next event has to do that too, because people who don't buy the ticket can still kind of
Yeah,
play.
I mean the
game.
last event also had gold just randomly around as well.
Yeah, but like gold didn't
Yeah,
feel
gold
like
sucks.
anyone cared about it.
No, don't care about gold.
Yeah,
No.
gold's really good for certain weapons, but like everyone's just like, oh, okay, gold, yeah, whatever. And then you go and look at like the speedrun leaderboards, and some guys killed like a 10-star Silver Rathalos in 32 seconds with a gold Rathian gun lance, and you're like, this has got to be the best weapon ever. And then you look at him and he's playing like he's on like 50 milligrams of Adderall, and you're just like, all right, you know what? Send me back to where gold and silver's good. I don't want to play gold. It's scary.
Yeah. I've just been super underwhelmed on Chameleos in general, though. Just, I don't know, the arms are good, I guess, but, ugh. Ever since, even, like, from the leaks, ever since I was like, ugh, Chameleos is coming, really?
Right.
That's the next big one that we're
I
waiting
mean-
for.
I did like changing his gimmick a bit though, because normally his tongue would steal like a potion in like the main game.
Yeah.
And in this he takes some of your special.
Which I interacted with, I think, 3 times, and all 3 times I felt like the biggest schmuck. Because he just stands there, because you like the dead stare, and goes, what? You're like, oh!
But also, if he steals anyone's special, his lips are all just like fuzzy. So it's like, who got licked? Out yourself. Who got licked by
I
two
know.
rows?
Listen, I don't mind, because then when I do my special backup, Flying Spirit kicks in again.
Yeah, exactly.
The strats, he's getting fighting spirit up 24/7.
Yup, that's it.
Take all the spec, I'm firm footholding this shit. The build is real.
Yo, fighting spirit, firm foothold.
Yep, that's the Camellia strat right there for your speed runs.
And so, what Driftstone is that? I don't remember that one.
That was the
Well, this
that
is,
was the
this,
crit one.
Oh, then we just did that.
Yeah.
That's the crit
Yeah, we
one.
just had that's the crit boost,
I don't
critical eye,
understand
Wex.
why T-Rex is on the photo if it's all crit. Because he's like negative crit. It hurts
He
my
is.
brain.
That's not T-Rex. That's
You have
On the left? That's not T-Rex?
Devil Joe, Pink, normal Rathian.
Oh my god, from
Magnemalo.
this far away, that looks like T-Rex. That's terrifying. Like he's doing that like charge stance. Brain hurts. That's fair. I mean, it was a good Driftstone
I mean, yes and no.
to get crit boost back.
I mean, I like having it back, but then it was a 1 out of 3 instead of the 1 out of 2.
Mhm.
Like, I would prefer them just to bring the original, like, critical
So
boost.
this was a good catch-up event for people who don't have crit eye on everything,
Yeah.
or good for people like us who want crit eye on everything, or
I
like
got-
as an affinity skill.
Exactly 0 crit eye smelts, and I got 5 crit boost smelts on weapons and on all the armors that I
Let
got
me show
crit
you my
boost on.
freaking basil legs that are not cooperating right now.
I already had crit boost on them, so I didn't even gain anything. I just got more crit boost.
Yeah.
I mean, I only got crit boost on the Azure gloves, which is what I want anyway, so it did work out.
Yeah, crit boost 3.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, I think I just like put one of the gold skills on the poison build, just like it'll help. Like I don't even care which ones I get. It'll just help no matter what it is. So
Right.
it's like,
May as well have it.
and then it ended up like rolling perfectly of like 2 crit boost, a Wex, and a crit eye. It's like, oh, alright, it's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, we had our third unexciting weapon.
Charge blade.
Oh,
Will is in shambles right now. Unexciting weapon. Charge blade. It's cool to watch, honestly. I don't know how people do it.
I mean, I wanted to like it when it came out.
Oh,
I
and I
just
tried
couldn't do
so
it.
hard with it too. But like, there are people that just
I mean,
like,
I-
I can't be panic red. There's no way you're never gonna see me pull a panic red and just perfect block 92 times in 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that man manages it.
He is a beast at charge blade.
Hats off to him. My God. I could never. But boosted event's nice to try it again.
It
I
is.
did try it a little bit. Never
I
did.
did.
It didn't work out.
I tried it, I failed, and it was done.
Basically. No harm, no foul.
One of these days we're gonna get the hammer boosting,
I mean,
happy hunting, and everyone will finally wake up.
that's it. And everyone's gonna compete for your speed runs.
Goddamn right.
Also, while we're here, which one do you think's coming next? Boosted.
Ugh.
Probably switch hacks.
You had longsword already, longsword bow, and charge blade.
I'm gonna say greatsword.
So probably no, I can see that. Probably great sword instead of the long sword. Probably
Imagine
switch
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield probably.
I'll say Sword Shield's probably on the. I can imagine that coming like at least next season.
Which, to be fair, Sword and Shield is also good for new players to jump in and use.
This is true. It is the simpler weapon. You kind of start with it in the tutorial, so you kind of know about it, and it's the pogo mashing weapon.
Yes.
Until you become enlightened and realize you can backstep.
Yep. You've opened
That's
your
the Jimmy
mind's eye.
Neutron brain blast moment where you do the back hop and you P-dodge it and you go, oh, it's real! I can play the game, but it actually not just tap the screen!
Well, and then when you special and whiff,
You're sitting there waving your arm around.
Monster's
Lavinus
on the other
is
side
just
of the map.
charging his fucking swing and waiting for you to get out of spec so you can rip your head
But-
off.
I mean, to be fair, that's why I went from Sword and Shield to dual blades.
It's so hard.
Just for the
when you whiff
special.
it. You whiff the spec, it hurts so
It does.
It's so bad.
As someone who understands how hard it is to, or how much it sucks to whiff the hammer, I get it.
And then we have the event we're in right now as we live stream, the climax event.
Yep. I mean,
Which is
it's fine.
Remind me what this
Well,
does, because I haven't played it.
All that matters is Chattercobra's back.
Chattercobra's back.
Oh my
And
god.
we have the 5 Chattercobra Huntathon.
Hold the
Yo,
fuck up.
yo,
I'm
I did
opening
that
my phone
work
right
today
now.
already.
Yeah.
There better be
I'm
a
on this.
Chattercobra here.
Yeah, we got Chattercobra.
Ebony, Glavenus,
Yeah.
and Azuros.
I feel like it was more exciting last time when we had Tigrex and Basil.
That was probably the best.
Also, I'm getting sick of all this Crypt Ferocity gear. I'm excited for next season when we get like something just like different from all that shit.
Damn it! Bleeding resistance, I knew it!
But I mean, the only new thing that they did from last season is now we also have all the drift stones
Yes.
bundled in with it, and all of like the new monsters drop the drift stones.
Which is nice.
No gems though. That'd be crazy.
No, they were nice ones, and then that's it. Because they knew Flying Spirit would carry us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'm sad I just got bleeding resistance on that smelt. Give me a minute, I need to recover.
Just like instant smelt something real quick.
Do you think I got instant smelt money?
I think you got 60 gems sitting
Man just got
there.
a house.
Hell no, I don't got 60 gems. I got 0 gems in a dream.
Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll instant smelt one for your sadness.
Thank you.
Wait, what are you looking for again?
What was I looking for? I don't even know what that was because I got bleeding resistance. I think that was my last event gem.
Alright, I'll just do a fighting spirit one real quick. Let's see. Is that E? I have to look at these. Okay.
He's just got one in the pocket.
Yeah, so here's an overview of everything new we got this season. Did you really?
Rat! He pulls Special Heartbreaker the first go!
I can't.
Okay, so, we talked about a lot of this.
Yeah.
The one
So we talked about the monsters that we...
the training arena. I feel like that one's really slept on. That's super awesome. For people who actually want to train.
I'm really glad they finally implemented this, but it's 1.5 years too late.
Yeah, I would have loved that, like...
When we first started...
What they
I mean,
really need
especially
to
you,
do...
because this was your first Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, and it's fucking worthless because it's a non-moving target.
Yeah.
What I can't practice my aim on a stalactite. You gotta have something moving.
Can it be like...
You think those little like the Legend of Zelda Korok
Yeah.
target balls that like float around in the air, something I can like aim. Like the whole point of it is to practice and get better. But like I can't practice my aim on something that's not moving.
We need the original Smash Brothers break the target.
Actually, yes,
Can it be
break the target
status?
nonsense.
Like, can you poison it or any of those
Probably.
things? And then can you
I-
KO
You
it?
know what? I don't think any of us tried.
Because I said, hey, this is slept on, and then we're currently sleeping on it.
Yeah.
Alright, here, let me training dummy and see if I could poison it.
And while he's doing that,
Like trials.
all 3 of us are now gold medalists in trials.
Hell yeah, we are.
Worst fight go.
Nightshade. That was
Gold.
the absolute worst.
You're gonna laugh at mine.
Was it?
Regular Diablos took me 4 days, and I did Black Diablos in under 10 attempts
Oh, I believe it.
because he just doesn't hit you. I need to perfect dodge, and he just goes, "Hey, how you doing? You want to give me a hug?" And I'm just like, "Just hit me!"
He goes, no, I'm gonna dig. See you later.
See you, nerd. I can't tell you how many times I lost because he just decided to dig in the last 5 seconds.
Yes.
I'm just praying that my sticky shot lands on his tail and never does.
Or he roars 5 seconds left, so you sit there cowering. And you go, oh, well. Oh, there goes that.
Crazy how none of us said silver.
I love silver. You think I'm gonna say silver?
He's the silver enthusiast, fair. But I think me and you...
I mean, silver, I beat on the second try.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, it took me like a whole day
I
to
mean-
do. I feel like a loser.
No, second I got the silver, I made a stupid mistake, died the first time, and then the second time was the video you saw, and I mean, I also got lucky. I don't know how I dodged that charge attack.
That charge attack was a very good dodge. That was a very good dodge.
Yeah, that was like my one takeaway from your video. Like, how the fuck did you dodge that?
I don't ask questions. I just take it. I beat it. It's all that matters.
Sometimes you just gotta walk away, hero.
Also, I'm not sure if you can actually trigger status on these punching bags. I'm beating the shit out of it with this lance.
So basically, they failed, and they gotta redo it.
Yeah, give
That's a
me
takeaway.
Training Dummy 2.0. I want ones on a swivel. They gotta let me choose to let ones fly around, and then they have to be able to be poisoned, because you can always poison anything. Like, styrofoam can be poisoned. Come on.
So the training dummy needs to have like status effects because like there are two reasons to use a training dummy. That's to learn and damage testing.
Yes.
And we
Poison
really
exploit.
can't do either of those things
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can't poison
Like you
exploit.
could kind of
Yeah, it tells you your total damage and the hits it took, but that's it.
like you could kind of do damage testing, but
Yeah.
not really.
I mean, it would be nice if they had options to set like the toughness of like the dummy, so you can at least
Yeah.
practice. Because every monster has, either low toughness or high toughness.
I would love to be able to figure out how many bullets I need to poison a monster before I actually have to fight
Right.
it. And then,
So
yeah.
I think the takeaway is training dummy still needs work.
Yeah.
They have to have a slider that lets you choose what monster it's representing, and then it sticks his head on top.
I mean, it'd be cool if you just summon a monster that just stands there and then practice on it. You see, okay,
They just have
Head-
like
head's the weak spot.
You can
Wings
do
the
that.
weak
It's called
spot.
hacking.
I like that they just have like a stuffed Great Jaggers and there's like cotton coming out of it.
That would be great.
That's what I'm saying. Just slap the head on the dummy and have it change colors and keep the hitboxes.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can learn.
Right.
Next.
Oh, yes, the training dummy.
I wasn't sure which order the slides went in. But yeah, I think we literally just talked about all that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point, though. You can learn a weapon without wasting potions. I didn't really think about it that way, but if you're...
Yo, you know how else you could do that? Trials.
That's true.
Trials as well.
Yeah, but that's got a timer on it. Like, if you're trying to learn how to,
Right.
do, let's say, I don't know, we just kind of talked about this, learn how to do the crazy panic red nonsense with, the shield bash and
Right.
file
I mean,
management.
for figuring out the controls of the
Right.
weapon, it's good. But then, actually utilizing them, I think, the trials are the best way to do it.
Correct.
Because then you at least have, 5 attempts where you could, kind of just,
Learn the monster fight. and
yeah,
how to get
do a
around it.
fight real quick without any
Again,
real...
same thing as we have written down is, you also save Zenny. You just craft, a 2-1 Kulu weapon and test it. It's not going to cost you anything, really.
Instead of making a weapon to 8-1.
Right, to try and throw in the trials.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely where you get your baseline, and then from there you could go to trials to figure out how to actually use it. Rather
Yeah,
than,
how to implement it.
Yeah, because you know what it does. Now, how do you use it?
So it's features that we needed. We just wish we had it a year ago.
Yeah.
Yep. Trial. Oh, that was a great animation, too.
I don't
That
know how I
was
did that.
beautiful. Yeah, so I think we all like trials. I think
Right.
they could go without saying.
It could be improved. I don't know how, but it could be. But I really like where it is right now.
Yes.
I
mean,
like.
The one thing I wish is that the timer for your hearts was shorter.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm going to say two things. They're going to be completely different. I'm going to start with the first one. Scopely up your game. Let us, not that I want to, buy hearts for gems.
I agree with that.
It's not going to hurt the average player, but the people who really want to do it, that's where you're going to get your money. Is let them buy trial hearts.
Right.
They're going to be 50 gems a pop. Doesn't
You
have
could
to
also
be
do
super expensive.
unlimited attempts for X minutes.
No. No, they're never going to do that.
No, but I like.
But I think that just makes sense. Hey, you want to get another go? Here's another go. And I'm not
And-
saying I want people to do that, but if you want to, you should have the option to.
And it could be like 20 gems, 50 gems, and people will probably buy it
Yeah, if
just
it's
with the
like-
extra few attempts.
if it's 50 gems, you get 50 gems
One
from the
gem.
pass.
You're one.
Just one gem. The standard pass gives you 50 gems. That's one extra attempt per day.
Yeah.
If you did the standard pass, I'm not saying do it. I'm saying that's how you get your money. I lost the second thing I was going to say because I got too busy in the first one. Continue, and I'll come back to it.
But I mean, I do think 10 minutes is just way too long. Like, I think maybe 5 minutes is a little bit more reasonable.
It is 5 minutes. What do you mean?
No,
That's
Yeah.
10 minutes.
No, it's
10.
fine. No, it's
It's
oh,
10
is it,
minutes.
is it? Oh, it is 10. You're right.
Yeah.
You've been farming silver for 6 days and you don't have a timer on it. Okay, I remember what I was going to talk about now. This was the perfect way to implement the exchange shop with trials.
Yes.
They did it absolutely perfectly. The one thing I will say, they need to get their shit together with poison bowguns are poison. It's stupid to
Yeah.
consider a
Yeah, that's a
poison
little
weapon
crazy.
not poison. Because let me hear me out. I'm just gonna say this blanket statement because I know I'm the only one in here that's using a bowgun.
Mhm.
If you
No,
have
listen, I have a blast heavy bowgun from the carnival that I would like to have.
If you have
or no, paralyzed.
a
Paralyzed.
Rathalos bowgun, what element is it?
Fire.
Not a trick question. It's fire. It works like that in trials. If you have a Rathian bowgun, what element is it?
It's raw. Go fuck yourself.
The monster gives you a
Okay.
poison weapon.
Okay,
It should be
so-
classified as poison in
So,
trials.
so the counter argument that your Koropuki bowgun doesn't have both water and poison,
Yes, but it should only be considered a water bowgun.
but so then why would something that has poison that would not be poison?
If it's only poison, it should be poison.
But,
Rathian
but
only has
it's-
poison.
It's not only poison. You have sticky and slicing.
Yeah, but they're not element. They're raw.
So then it's raw. 2 out of 3 are raw.
Yeah, but like, you have a raw weapon that's poison. Does that not qualify as a raw poison weapon? Is it half raw, half poison?
Yeah.
It's actually more raw than it is poison, so it should be a raw weapon. Therefore, I actually have more poison than you do, because I always shoot poison, and I can perfect dodge poison the whole round, and just poison him 6 times. You have to get status sneak attack, get behind him, and play Hitman. But I can just poison him whenever I want.
Listen,
but I don't count!
Listen, I'm on your side. If a bowgun has poison, I don't care if it has poison and blast. It should count as a poison and blast.
I think if the monster that it came from is classified as a poison monster,
Mhm.
it should count. Gold Rathian, Chameleos, Rathian, whoever else is poison that I can't think of off the top of my head. Silver Rathalos bowgun should not count, even though it has poison. It is a fire monster.
Right.
It has poison with it. It's a fire monster. Korkopuki, same
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
But there was definitely a way to implement that. They just didn't feel like it because it didn't have the little funny little poison icon. They went,
Yeah.
haha, very funny. That's just crazy to me, though.
But they might figure something out. You know, this was like something new they just implemented.
Trials
it's,
one.
It's not the main.
But you-
games.
doesn't-
Did we all get the trophy that said like trial trophy underscore complete underscore
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
The Goofy odd
Indie
trophy.
company.
Yes. I was like, what the hell am I looking at?
But I saw people talking on Discord. Doesn't don't like this random use a certain status or element quests actually get affected by those status bowgun? No,
Nope.
not those either. Not like
Nope, it doesn't count because it doesn't have the element in the damage.
wow.
Yeah, that's why it's a problem, because then anyone who mained bowguns literally can do nothing.
So here's just one question I have for you guys about trials before we move on.
Yes.
Would you guys want to prestige trials and then start over from 0? Like, what if you got to
So-
300,
so like a
you
new
have
game-
all of the medal things, you
Mhm.
have the option to start over from 0 and get all the medals back, and then you could do all the things in the exchange
So-
shop again.
So basically, a new game plus.
Yeah, basically like the story, how
If-
we could redo the stories many times.
If you were talented enough to get every single medal on the trials, you deserve to be able to restart.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to farm the shop, because the shop has limited quantities and everything anyway.
How much? I've only bought the bare necessary ones.
Yeah.
Because the Zenny one's 300 left. Like, if you could just spend it all on Zenny if you really wanted to be a psycho.
I mean, we know there is going to be more trials down the line. You know, they did say that.
like the rarity one, like the materials all have $9.99
Right.
left. You can only get 300 tokens.
Well, I think that's because that they want to do more trials, so it's probably going to be the same shop.
Maybe. I think like prestiging the trials would be cool. Maybe not even like 300. Maybe you get to like 250 or 275. You should be allowed to like restart.
Mm-hmm.
That also gives you a reason to like get the things. Gives you something to, like farm actively. Right. I don't know if that would make that too easy of a Zenny farm or something, but
actually, I wonder the events that give you the boosted weapons. Does it get
No, it
boosted
doesn't.
in the trials?
No.
No, they made sure to avoid that. Yeah.
That would have gave an incentive then to do some of those, like beat this with a charge blade or
Beat this with Valor 5.
yes. Now that would be interesting if they do challenges since you must have this skill at this
that would be
level.
cool. Yeah.
Then that would really help branch people out of the bleeding edge builds or the critical element builds.
Must have firm foothold 3.
I was very desperate on my Diablos run. I tried Bowgun, Firm Foothold 3, Guts Heroics.
Yeah.
Why?
I was very desperate. I was in a bad place. Let me tell you, it technically works. I would never do it. But when you get those Firm Foothold smelts, don't remove them. I promise you, 3 years from now, you might somehow find a use for it.
Yeah.
They do actually work, and they're surprisingly good. Apparently, you can Firm Foothold, if you can live it, I don't know how you can, Nergigante's Dive.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Firm Foothold 3, you could just tank it. Which is the goofiest thing, because it's just this massive monster crashing down you with the might of Zeus, and you just go, ooh! And you're just hitting him again.
Now I want to just like hit him with a C2 while he's doing that.
Yeah, it was the same with Nightshade for me. I was trying everything. I used, what was it? The Raw Power 2 chest.
the glab chest. Yeah, I mean, hard fights.
It worked, and I had crit boost melted on that too. So
Wait, you had
crit boost, crit. What a legend.
Don't question it. It worked. I wouldn't do it again.
You post that. I was like, why don't we just use the Peak Performance 2 chest? Then it looks.
I didn't have it.
There is no Peak Performance 2 chest. How is there not a Peak Performance 2 chest?
Next season, I'm betting.
No, because I know everyone was saying use the ebony chest, but I couldn't craft it.
Hello, it's me. I'm everyone. You should do that, by the way.
I'm currently working on that with the climax events.
I had a couple people tell me to use it, and I kind of looked at it and went, "Is that latent power 1, crit boost 1 or something?" Is that what it is?
Crit element.
Crit element. Oh, crit element. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh, you should try the Barry Athlete Bowgun. Here's a build," and they showed me crit element latent power. And I just looked at them and went, I've never seen that piece in my life. How have I missed this piece? That piece is coded.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't get that, you'll probably use a Kieran chest and it'll be just as good.
It'd be very similar.
Just as good as a bit of a stretch, but because like here's the thing that's pretty good about ebony chest is that if it's the only point of crit element and latent power, it's like the 2 best scaling of both of those skills.
So you don't need
Because
to
you
go
get
further.
30% from crit element and then 20% crit from latent power.
Right.
And then whatever the
And then you
benefit
smell
of the
crit
special.
boost on that.
Yes.
The ultimate chest.
I'd do that. I don't remember. I should probably do that.
I'm smelting bleed and resist on it. Just fucking wait. Odegron's in shambles.
But also trials is great to test your rotation. I know you had to do that with silver.
I had to do that too.
Yo, it's been so fun though, just like finding the perfect line for silver. I started this season with a freaking 63, 60. It was either 63 or 67, I don't remember. But it was like over a minute
Right.
for my best silver time. Now I have 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Shaving 20 freaking seconds off on my silver speed run.
And it's thanks to trials because
And it's exclusively thanks to try.
Yeah,
I
you
couldn't.
can't find these monsters anywhere. But
Yeah, like,
you
I think
can find
like
lowers.
even when silver was on the field, I only found like one 10-star silver, and I got like
And then-
62 seconds.
and even still, if silver kills you, you're wasting all these potions,
Yeah.
spending more money on potions.
Mhm.
Trials, you get the one free potion every time you do it. Like, it's great.
Yeah, now when Silver comes back 10-star on the field, I'll probably never even get hit by it because I've
Right, 'cause
got this line so, like, narrowed
You've
in.
been playing for the full 60 days of the trial.
Yeah,
I
I
memorize.
have to practice Silver more myself. I think I could actually get a time that's like 65 seconds on
Yeah.
it, which is crazy for a raw weapon.
Yeah, I mean, my time was 71 and the world record's 69. So, like,
Really?
Nice.
all I gotta do is shave 3 seconds off, which is probably possible.
Definitely.
Get
possible.
that Ebonioto chest, and then...
Yeah, once I get that and get
Well, I mean, like... It's tough because Basil chest is also so good against Silver.
Oh, yeah.
I tried.
But you said
that
you
one.
were...
It was hard. He thinks it's really good, but all of his hit zones are really shitty until he roars, and then usually his head's in the air.
Yeah.
That's kind of a skill issue, though.
But what's crazy is the guy who did the 69-second run, he didn't use Bleeding Edge, and I don't think he used Valor.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he had just a full crit element build.
True gamer.
Yeah, probably just like the default crit
Yeah,
element that like most people use.
Default crit eye, crit element, and probably just rolled with that. And
Yep.
Next slide. Show me
Next
the
slide.
money.
We're done with trials. Event exchange. Good.
Yeah, they definitely did really good with this.
Yeah.
It's so I'm really happy that they didn't monetize it in the way I thought they were going to.
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think that they should make the emotes a little easier to get.
Yeah.
It's just a little goofy to be like I have to find like 4 people to be
To become
friends with me just so I can
And-
get an emote I can
well,
put in the chat.
Not like become friends. They have to get to like level 20, I think, something like that.
Oh, that's right. They have to level up.
They gotta
too.
level up.
That's so goofy.
So like, you gotta find.
Well, just looking at this, if you can get like a bunch of people, like even like you can get. Is it like one person gives you 50 of those little
Something like
friend?
that. I know Brian did that. He found 3 people that added him from, I think, Reddit or something. And he was able to buy the one emote.
The Promised Land Reddit.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Now Reddit. We getting friends out in here. If that's what it takes, sure. But again, I feel like you should be able to get everything in the game by playing solo. I
Right.
know it's meant for your friends, but like if you don't have friends, you have to go on Reddit and add a bunch of people
Right.
just so you can have the emote for the lady that does the Wyvern Gem Shards, but she's not doing Wyvern Gem Shards this time. Like, I don't know.
I want the lady
Yeah,
doing
which-
the head nod
Yeah. Which
sticker.
apparently one of the quests, I think, was like to have like a level of rarity 6 weapon. So it's like, oh, well, now you gotta get a rarity 6 weapon. Which means they need a Wyvern Gem Shard. Which means they gotta at least.
Or
Get it
you
from a
gotta
quest or
farm
something.
silver gold.
Yeah.
Because they start at 6.
That's true.
But those are events exclusives, and usually you probably can't kill a silver or a gold
No.
as you're being carried.
No.
In which case, you have to have your friend there that's boosting it, and then that's hard because
Dad?
yeah, Dad, there's a silver Reactalo here. He's really mad at me. I can
Yeah,
yell.
you just call Kevin and he'll help you.
I'm on it.
It's the Batman thing. It's just a hammer in the eye. He comes out with this bulging Chameleon's hammer. And he's like, I'm here to save the... Oh, it's a gold rat. I'm out of here. Just fucking...
Oh, it's not silver.
I'm getting the fuck. I hate gold.
But all in all, I think it was a good thing that they added.
This was a positive thing they added to the game. I
For
agree.
sure.
And it didn't even
Also,
like...
just farming Ebony Otogaron, like, with the exchange hut dropping was so great.
Yeah.
Because, like, it also, like, took away the hassle of getting, like, all of the crappy the rarity 1 gear, or the materials.
Yeah, getting all the fangs.
Yeah.
I mean, that and Chameleos, they gave you a generous 3 that you could buy, which is 1 armor.
Mm. It was, yeah, it's definitely...
So they're doing a good job with that. Scopely, keep it up. We love this feature.
Also, like, the exchange hub from Trials. Like,
There's like 30 gem shards available.
it does have 30
If-
gem shards,
if
which is
you're,
the
like-
craziest thing they've ever done.
If you're like low grade player, but you're good, and you can kill monsters and follow
Right.
the guides, you can make a weapon better just by doing trials.
Yeah, you just take a bone gun lance and you farm the trials
The
to get them.
30 Wyvern Gem Shards is a grade 10 weapon, like, right there. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all you need to do is farm trials.
Like,
good
how
enough to
many,
get decent
how many
times.
do you need for, like, because it's 30 for 10, 5,
And then they-
20, and then 10, right?
20, 20, 30 at the end.
Yeah.
So it's 70. But even then, like,
No, isn't it? I think it's
No,
30,
you
20,
need a
10.
total of 90.
overall?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, maybe it is 10, 20, 30. I haven't gotten a Wyvern Gemshar weapon past 10-1, so I assumed it was 20, 20, 30. My Coral Pookie's still at 9-5 because I am a poor boy.
Yeah.
And yet you kill everything.
Dead.
Skill tax, baby. That's why that Paolumu chest has 10 gold smelts on it. You should see it, it's gross looking. Okay, so Outbreaks, I mean, I wasn't part of this, so I can't have huge input. But if they bring back another one and they make it a monster, it's, I don't want to say actually worth fighting, because Black Diablos is...
No, you can say it.
Yeah, actually worth farming. I could see myself wanting to do this too. Like, if they had, like, I hate to say it, Gold Rathian? I know why I hate fighting them, but I need a 10-5 Gold Rathian Light Boga. That thing slaps. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
No question. Like, the Outbreaks are definitely the best way to farm too.
Like, I could see them just doing, like, the subspecies.
I think the rewards was a little slack.
Yeah, the rewards kind of sucked.
2,000
Here's the thing, I think that was scaled because, like, if you're in Japan or you're in, like, one of those big populated areas, you could just, like, go and join one and then you're done. You get all the full rewards.
Yeah.
But, like, here, you have to put in the work. You have to get some elbow grease. You have
My man's killed 100 Black Diablos, and they gave him, like, 2k Zenny and, like, 1 Prime Shell.
Maybe add a 0 to that, and we're talking.
I think it should be tiered. I think I talked about this in Discord with you, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the percentage of the amount of kills you've done should give you an increase in rewards.
Agreed.
There should be like in tournament where they have like a pool of amount of rewards you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say like overall there's
I think
like
that
1,000 shells you could get.
Right.
If you did like 95% of the kills, which is like at least like 95 kills, you get 950 shells. It sounds like a lot. I mean, obviously the number would be up or down, but they can make it happen.
They
could do a couple of things. No, also, I think it's still fine. Like, maybe structure it a little bit differently, but I think it's still good. It's fun. Just like sitting around, killing as many as you could.
And we
Guide on it next time it's available.
Where is the next one?
I don't know.
It's been forever. I know it was like a beta thing they did.
Yeah, we might see it next season.
It'll probably be
Are
next
those
season.
still even on the map, or did they get rid of it?
No, they removed it.
They removed it and the icon in the bottom right.
Scopely was like, this isn't making enough money. Get rid of this right now.
It doesn't make any money.
Potion buyers in shambles. Please, I wanted to buy more potions to do this outbreak. Yes, Arzuros. Those are real. For a second, I thought you spelled it wrong. His name is so goofy. Arzuros.
I don't like his name.
His name
I have to
is
Google
weird.
it every time to see how to spell it.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's good.
I mean, there's literally only one piece of gear that's actually, I don't know about, like, other random crap skills, but, like, the legs. The legs have crit ferocity on it, so...
I didn't know he had, I mean, I know he had gear, but, like, I never even looked at it.
Yeah, I think it's, 1 crit ferocity, 1 special boost?
Yeah, and honestly, for the non-crit ferocity ones, like, the ones that don't have the innate crit ferocity, pretty much the go-to legs.
It's not bad, actually.
No.
I don't know.
With the special boost buff that they did, that's actually pretty solid. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's the only piece of armor, that's good.
It honestly probably is. I mean, morph boost on the coil.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
you're
the
a
shared
gamer.
sword is interesting, but I don't think anyone would ever run it.
Shared sword would have to be... Okay, this is going to be controversial take here.
Okay.
If you're running the goofy 3 great swords, 1 Nightshade light bowgun build, the light bowgun user with shared sword 5 might actually be worth using, because if you put it to sleep, everyone else with that like raw damage increase might just completely nuke whatever you're fighting.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter what your sleep attack level is with a bowgun, you can just shoot it to death.
Right.
So that's the only time I could ever see it being actually viable, unless you're just playing online, like, you know, whatever.
Just a random hat, I guess.
Yeah, Hunt-a-thons or the Dimensional Links. I couldn't think of the name Dimensional Links.
Now that I'm looking at this, the arms are actually kind of interesting, where it has Focus 2 and Concentration, which Concentration is like almost a fake skill, but at least it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Focus 2 isn't bad, because it's lots of Rajang's Focus 3 in the
Yeah.
So you
So
get
if you're
Focus
like
5.
a bow enjoyer for some reason, or a gun lance enjoyer, then it's probably good.
And
the weapon I found interesting because it has special boost too.
yeah, that's actually pretty
I
solid.
mean, I never use this weapon, but the fact that it has special boost too is pretty cool.
Easy
Normally
to
it's-
farm.
yeah.
Starter monster.
Yeah, it's probably a good like progression
Which,
Yeah.
like,
monster.
can we talk about? Am I wrong that he's completely made of weak points, or am I crazy?
The arms are not a weak point.
The arms specifically are
Yeah.
not. This man, I was gonna say glass bones and paper skin. Someone was like, "Hey, can you kill a 10-star Arzuros and like record it so you can get the time?" Because like I like this really cool new build you're doing.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh sure, whatever." I didn't think anything about it. I start shooting it with pierce rounds. Every single bullet is doing full damage, no matter where I'm hitting him. I'm just like, I'm trying to headshot him. I'm like, why am I doing that? His whole body is weak. He is made of paper,
Yep.
and he kills me every time with his stupid fucking claw spike.
Yes.
I'm never ready for
It
it.
has such a big fucking radius, and you never like you always expect one dodge to be enough. It's
Yeah.
not.
Every time.
And it's got like the big swan. It's like oh,
I'm gonna hit you.
Winnie the
Wow.
Pooh.
Hey, boo boo. Oh, but you're dead of my claw slash.
But yeah, definitely a good starter weapon monster.
I agree with that.
You know,
Yeah.
end game, you're obviously then gonna just go silver.
Yeah, I mean, he's fire weapons, right?
I'm
Not crazy. Yeah, I mean, he didn't seem like a fire monster for some reason.
No.
Also, I was told that his gimmick in the real games was that he goes over to like honey and starts eating it in the middle of the fight.
Oh.
He does.
I really wish they
The
could
problem
have
is
just
there's
done a
no
little more
honey.
with that.
Yeah.
Because they could like increase his health by like 20% and then just had him go like run to a random part of the map and dig out some honey out of the
Wait,
ground like
the-
Hulu.
The map starts, it dumps honey on you.
Those tar-
Oh no! The
Becomes
the
frenzied.
resuscitate builds are eating good. I got honey glaze deep. Okay, so Glavenus. I spent the first day using all 15 of my free potions trying to figure out how to kill him. Without killing him a single time, and then a week later I was speedrunning him.
Right.
I don't know why it's so hard to dodge the tail at a distance. I mean, you guys probably don't
So-
experience this.
So from
No.
what I heard from my friend, he said in the main games, you know how he charges with his tail and then randomly he'll swing it?
Mhm.
Apparently in the main games, it has a random like RNG timer of when he releases that,
No, really.
that tail.
Thank God they did
So,
not do
so
that. in
it
this
could
one.
be like 3 seconds or 5 seconds, and that was his gimmick, was it's supposed to be random when he releases to swing and hit you.
Bro, he's got a sword on his tail. I don't need a roguelike monster. I'm good. Like I didn't like go into the item room and just like, oh man, what a shitty item. Guess I'll restart. It's a Glavenus. Let me kill it. Thank God he's always the same. He's a very fun fight.
He is. I
He's
did
fun.
like
For those who don't know, I have only seen it, never experienced it. If you cut off his tail, it can kill you.
Yep.
I have
Mhm.
not tried to perfect dodge it. I really want to see if you can perfect dodge it. It's technically a hitbox, which means theoretically you could perfect dodge his tail landing on you.
Yep.
well, that's a trial time.
Oh, actually, that's,
Yeah, once I made Ebony's dual blades, like, you know, there's a 10-star Glavenus right here. I'll give it a try. I think I got stabbed by that stupid falling tail like
Mhm.
3 times. Like, fuck, I'm done. I quit. Is that something you have to do? Like, have you, like, as the dual blade person, have you fought a lot of Glavenuses?
Tons.
Have
Does
you
that happen
experienced
to
the
you
stab?
often, or?
I mean, usually I'm cutting the tail of my special, so not
Hmm.
really. But in like group hunts, you know, I have been killed by a tail because someone else cut it, and it just happened to go flying and hit me.
the tracks.
Honestly, I do love that it happens.
I do. I think that's a great thing that they added.
If they didn't add that feature, I'd be upset if the tail hit me and it didn't kill me, which is ridiculous to say. But like, I'll take the potion. It's fine.
Can we just have other body parts now fly and hit people, like, you know, like a Kieran horn or something? Let's just make that a
Oh
thing.
my god.
Just imagine that. Like,
And then raw power is pretty damn good, honestly.
It is. And like I said, help with night.
Yeah, so I killed Nightshade. I have my one lance build. I only have one, the Basil Lance. I have raw power 4 on that bitch, and it is really strong. Really freaking strong.
Mm,
Big fan of it.
yeah, definitely turned up the power on the crit ferocity
Yeah.
builds.
which they needed.
What they did. Oh, speaking of crit ferocity,
The
his
what?
weapons.
Yep,
Yes.
this is the next weapon in line of the crit ferocity.
Right.
What do you guys think of the melee weapons? Because I haven't experienced them that much.
They're fine.
I mean,
I haven't like done a lot of crit ferocity
Yeah.
farming with it. I've done Arzoros, then I got sick of it, and then that was it. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of crit ferocity. I'd rather just go pure affinity. So, like, I didn't make the dual blades, like,
That's
to
fair.
10-1 or 10-5.
The heavy bowgun is goated. I thought it was really bad initially, but I kind of forgot what it was. Remember we were doing Chameleos? And I was like,
Yes.
oh my god, these people with the boosted Glavenus heavy bowgun, and then I kind of looked at the weapon and I was like, wait, this thing is actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Hot take: if you can't kill silver, make that one. That one's very good.
with the
The Glav heavy
Oh, yeah.
bowgun's crazy. It's
Yeah.
pure slice, negative 30 affinity, crit ferocity, and it all just does. It hits so often that crit ferocity is just popping constantly.
might even be better at silver at that point, since silver also has that useless poison.
Yeah, but then you're stuck with the fat roll with the heavy bowgun, and
Oh,
nobody
no.
wants
Listen,
to do that. So
no.
unless you could perfect
No, also,
guard,
I need his poison on silver, so it procs my poison exploit in the dual blades.
yeah, because his silver dual blades and poison exploit, he can eat some poison it.
It's like it was made for you guys.
Dude, I said it was the two of us. I
Yeah.
was like, this is actually perfect. This is gonna be the best combo ever.
And I did craft a Chameleos coil for the poison exploit. So one day we gotta do poison exploit 5 and have you poison something.
I have the Chameleos bowgun now too, so I can actually poison the shit out of things.
And we'll just watch him melt.
Yeah, it'll absolutely melt. Because I already do damage with Poison Exploit 2. I can only imagine what Poison Exploit 5 looks like on something that's fire weak.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Just find a 10-star Jaggers will be dead in a second.
We're gonna have to try that. So, Ebony. I didn't do a lot of Ebony farming. I did a little bit of it, because I was like, oh yeah, the light bowgun kind of stinky. I have better dragon weapons anyway. I slept on Bleeding Edge until I watched you, Tom, use it, and then went, oh my god, it's actually insane. I want to have it just in case. I did the same thing with Mizu, where I was like, oh, Bubbly Dance is the best thing ever, and I was like, I just want to have it. Like, I'm never going to use it, but I want to have it. I'm so glad I have that.
Well, I mean, you did try Bubbly Dance just to see how it would work with your guns.
Bubbly Dance light bowgun, I would never recommend to a single soul on Earth. And I've done Hellfire bowgun, I've done Bleeding Edge bowgun, I did Coalescence bowgun, I've done Bubbly Dance, I did Heroics.
Yep.
Never Bubbly
Here's
Dance.
I think there was a time where Bubbly Dance could compete, but I think it just got power crept.
Oh, beyond.
Like,
Movement's not worth it anymore.
yeah, it's
Damage
not
is
worth
better.
it. Like, the recess package of needing all 5 pieces just isn't worth it.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Unless you just want to dash to the other side of the map, then go for it.
It is fun, though. Like,
I wanna
I
see-
think Bubbly Gunlance is, like, the most fun thing you can do with it. But, because I've seen some stupid clear times of Maghead with Bubbly Dance.
the Hellfire Bubbly build
Yeah.
with like the poison
And Coalescence 5.
coalescence and like the poison from behind.
Yo.
And they just explode. It's so goofy.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, you know, when we get Master Rank, if they give us a Bubbly Dance Drift Smelt, then we have it on just one armor piece instead of 2, and maybe at that point, we could bring it back.
It scares me to
we
be able to
need-
build that. I think being able to drift smelt anything that can proc coalescence is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's scary. But yeah, Ebony was a really fun fight, actually.
It is.
I like that fight a lot.
I liked it more than I thought it would, since it's like
Yeah.
Odo Garen.
I mean, I thought he'd be worse, and he was just as easy. I was like, oh.
Here's what I like about Ebony is that, like, if you perfect dodge Odo Garen, he'll just, like, you'll dodge and then he'll be on the other side of the map, so then you do, like, the follow-up and it's like, it's not even anywhere close to you. But Ebony, it's like, he doesn't, like, hop around the whole map as much, so it's like you can actually follow up and hit it and you feel like you're actually doing something.
You do like 3 perfect dodges in a row, and you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, then you actually feel good. And I was like, trying to find the exact way to dodge Odo Garen's attack so that you still land like a pixel close enough to
Mm-hmm.
And his
actually land
head
the hit.
break doesn't send him berserk flying at you on this one.
Yeah.
And it's the regular one, you break his head, he's like, no. And this
I mean,
guy
actually,
can break his head, and he's just like, alright, that hurt.
It does that when you half break his head, which
Yeah.
is interesting. Like, when you break half his head, then he gets, like, angry, but then you can still
goes
break
flying,
it,
and
and
he's
then he
charging
KOs.
back at you.
I haven't experienced that, because usually I just pop his head right away, but I haven't fought anything higher than a 9-star, to be fair, so
Uh-huh.
Actually, no.
Well,
I
if you
12% on trials, I forgot about
If
that.
you like get the KO, he won't do that head thing.
Right.
I don't know if that matters.
I usually sticky his head, so it's fair.
Yeah, so then you probably like do that during the KO.
Interesting.
And then his weapons, that 20% affinity, goes.
Yeah,
Solid.
I had to. He doesn't have a hammer, but I had to build something for
Like-
Motogaron.
It feels bad because, like, you know, Devil Joe came out, we built Devil Joe weapons. Then Nergigante, we built Nergigante. Both of them are now useless compared to Evidence.
No, before that, hold on. We'll roll it back.
What?
Lunar New Year Dual Blades. I have those bad boys at 9.5. Built Devil's Show to 10.5. Then Nergy came out. I lost the hype train. Now this guy comes out. Oops, all dragon weapons. And, like, none of them are the staple dragon weapon except for Nergy, which makes sense. But, like, for range users, good luck.
Joe Weapons Leafs have their purpose with crit ferocity, but Nergy was done dirty.
He was.
Like, unless we get, like, Ruiner Nergigante later, where it has, like, that affinity bump from World, but
Right.
it's, yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Elder
yeah.
Weapons just kind of suck in this game right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, Kieran, I guess, is fine because they have the elemental bonus compared
For
to...
now.
But, yeah. Kushala and Nergy weapons aren't really that great, unless you're a ranged user, because I have both. Kushala heavy bowgun is, like, the best.
That's why he.
Nergy bowguns, I don't even care for them, honestly. It sounds crazy. Kushala heavy bowgun's insane. And Teostra heavy bowgun's one of the best raw bowguns in the game, which is hilarious.
Right.
But I don't know.
I'm just not motivated to bring my Nergigante dual blades.
You have no reason to.
Because Ebony was just better.
Yeah, what's the point?
So, like, unless they do something and buff elders or newer elders have, like, a 30% affinity, like Silver, like, why would I want to use an elder weapon when the non-ones are better?
I've always said that elders have the highest overall damage, so damage skills generally scale better with them.
Like
so, like,
percent
resuscitate
damage?
scales better, and
Right,
then,
but-
like, things like that. But,
Unless you can find a way to give them 100% affinity.
yeah. But that's the problem, is that all of the best damage skills are also affinity based.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, Dauntless isn't good enough,
Yeah.
like...
Mizu, you have
Resuscitate's not good
Ebony,
enough.
Silver, Gold. They have high affinity.
I mean, even like the outliers like Barioth and Kazu still have really high affinity, and they're actually pretty decent.
I mean, even
Like-
Kulu, you know, when the game first came out.
Let's not go crazy.
No, but
Kulu did have affinities, right?
yeah,
I mean,
they had 20% affinity for 10-5, and for longsword players, that's what they used was the Kulu longsword when the game first came out.
Actually, that's a good point. There wasn't a lot of monsters back then, and actually probably was a pretty good raw weapon
was.
for what it was.
It's what a lot of them used.
That's a relic of ancient times, the 10-5
Well, I
Kulu
think-
longsword.
I think I even have a Kulu longsword lying around.
The goat.
Yeah,
What
probably
grade do I have that
2-1.
at?
Well, speaking about buffing elders, this guy needs to buff. This guy definitely needs like a health buff. My god. I know we talked about it a little bit. Let's go down from the top. Chameleos Venomist. Thoughts?
I mean, it's good. I mean, I don't use poison that much, but
5/5, by the way, that Kulu weapon.
oh, good. Couldn't even grade 6 that.
He can't afford it now. So like Venomist, and this is good again, range head here. Doesn't work with bowgun ammo. I tried it.
Okay.
It doesn't actually scale anything, which makes sense because it makes you more likely to hit poison.
Mm-hmm.
Bow users are probably very not caring about it because status sneak attack still exists.
Is there any, like... I don't even remember what else is on... Like, Camellia says 2 of the poison exploit pieces...
And so the poison exploit.
I guess the legs have guard, offensive guard, so some people care about that.
If you have a poison weapon
And the
with a shield,
chest is just focus 2 for some reason.
Well, I mean,
is that just
I guess,
strictly better than the Nightshade?
Golds.
gold gunlance. You wouldn't use the shield though. Gold charge blade, if that's a thing. I didn't look.
I don't know.
That would be the only thing I could think of that would like really be using offensive guard, and the ability to poison more often. Because you don't have to be behind them for Venomous to be active, so that's a thing. I mean, rolling down the list from the hard one to talk about, Poison Exploit in general is insane.
Really good.
So Poison Exploit Coil was really nice. What was it? The helmet was the other one?
Yeah, the helmet has...
Poison exploit 1, yeah.
And status sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I guess could be good. I haven't seen anyone use it.
I mean, I threw it on my poison build, but then I realized that gold legs are probably just better as, like,
Right.
the 5th poison slot.
Yeah, I mean, or using a gold weapon, but is there a gold grappling hammer?
No.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I don't know how you get a lot of value out of it, but of course there isn't. Valor 2 gloves. It's nice to have Valor
That
in
is
other slots.
the only thing that mattered to me this whole event.
Did you 10-5 the gloves?
No, I mean I did.
Yeah,
I did upgrade some of the poison armor just so I could smelt it for in case I wanted it in the future.
Right.
But yeah, I think the only thing actually, I think I got it to 8-5. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Wait, can I get it to 9-1 right now? Let's see. Oh, I could. Should I do it?
Of course.
All right, I'll do it.
He needs the defense. He's got to live. He's got to get that firm foothold build.
The best in slot weapons from him. I'd
I
probably
don't
say
need more
is
hides now. I sold them all for 50-20.
Damn. You played yourself.
Yeah, but best is I mean, hard for me to say because I know I'm a little crazy with the way I do my builds, but the lamp is really good, and the heavy bowgun is really bad, like really bad. If you built the Camellia's heavy bowgun, they gotta refund you your parts, man. It's not worth it.
The bow is really good.
Is it?
That a lot of people like when the trials first came out.
Yeah, the bow looks like a mage stick.
The torch.
It is.
Yeah,
It is really
you're
cool.
like casting a spell when you use that.
But,
Which honestly, that's the only cool part.
a lot of people cleared the entire trials with just Camellia's bow.
Good to know I'm not alone in the Camellios ranged weapon kick. So 2 out of 3 ranged weapons were like best in slot.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Completely
sticky ammo and cluster ammo?
The
Plus
problem
poison.
with the Camellios heavy bowgun is that it takes too long to do anything, so by the time Poison Exploit could go off, you've already lost your chance to do anything.
Oof.
Makes sense.
That's the biggest problem with it. Plus, it has sneak attack, which is really good, but you do the fat roll, so by the
No,
time,
that's
by the
normal
time you,
sneak attack.
yeah, by the time you get behind him, it's too late. With the light bowgun, with the sneak attack, 15% extra damage from behind.
Right.
I P-dodged to the right or the left. I'm already behind him if he was charging at me.
Mhm.
I'm doing that damage.
Makes
With the
sense.
heavy bowgun, you get the perfect dodge. You get like 10% more damage on your ammo, and then you take 8 years to try to figure out how to put the pierce round in your clip, and then you can start firing. By then, he's turned around.
Well,
Yeah.
the lamp also has 2 sneak attack as well.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's really good.
That must be why you like it so much.
It's really good.
Well, he just likes it because it's a lamp.
Yeah, which I cleared trials with the lamp. Those definitely monsters I would never be able to kill with my 10-5 weapons, but the Camellios is at 10-4, and I completed the entirety of trials at 10-star. Every single one of those monsters I killed with the lamp.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. It is a very good weapon.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Check it out. 6-1.
6-1.
Just for you.
I bet you could do some damage with that bad boy.
And I'm telling you, once Insect Blade comes out, it might be up there.
It probably will be. I'm just curious to see if it gets status sneak attack. It'd probably be better.
Yeah.
But you probably will because most of the melee weapons got status sneak attack.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, poor soul. Status sneak attack hammer. Okay, yeah. This is the ticketed event.
Yes. This is like how you felt with the ticket event in general.
I mean, yeah.
I agree.
We kind of
with
touched on
those.
it before. Kind of same old as last time. Not much has really changed since the last one.
I think again, Camellia's health should be a smidge higher. Like it just felt like he was dying too fast. I wasn't having fun because we were killing him too quick. I know we're a very coordinated team with max weapons.
Right.
But even when I was going into like random lobbies,
Oh, yeah.
people with the boosted fire weapons were blasting his head off
Mhm.
because you hit him while he's invisible, and then he just starts seizing on the
Right.
floor,
Yeah.
and then he clips into his animation where he's phasing, and then by the time he's done phasing, you break his horn and he's on the floor again.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like beating up a toddler.
Or like my dual blades, my special, I'm breaking the horn and the tail.
Yeah, in one go. You could literally watch this guy on a 6-star. He specs and the whole thing just dies in one go. It's goofy.
But I mean, I'm fine with him being a glass cannon because then anyone can try and speed run him.
Which is good. The thing I like the most about it is the vanishing mechanic. The way they did it is they had partial invisibility and they had full invisibility at the same time. It wasn't one or the other, and he would do it intermittently between.
Right.
So there was always a chance to hit him if you knew where he was gonna be, but there was also if you didn't know where he was gonna be, sometimes he was kind of visible.
Yeah.
The increased damage on it felt almost a little extra when he was invisible. Like, I don't want to say... I think when he was partially invisible, it shouldn't have been increased. I think when he was fully invisible, he should be
Hitzo
rewarded.
as well invisible was like 165 or something.
And then what we
is...
didn't add here, but what I liked a lot, was the full invisibility. It removed the lock-on.
Which I didn't experience that, but that seems really...
I know, you don't lock on.
Yeah, your boy don't run lock-on on any build. But that's actually really interesting. So you had to re-lock on when he came...
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to tap the lock-on button and try and tap him again to...
I wonder if they lowered its health because they thought people were going to have an issue with
that.
trying to re-lock on, and it was going to take forever.
You see those Japanese players, they didn't even use lock-on, they gyro melee.
I gyro melee too, but I'd be scared to do it against Chameleos. Because half the time he just stands there and stares at a wall, and then he punches you in the head. He wasn't even looking at you. There are times where he just completely 180 and slaps someone in the head. Like, you never know what that guy's going to do in a group if you're surrounding him.
Yep.
And the first time we saw the tail attack, because it 3 times in a row, you roll forward, hit him, and hit him again.
That tail attack.
I was so far away from him the first time he did that. I watched the boulder come out towards me, and I was like, okay, I'm done, because it, like, whiffed next to me, and then I shot a slicing round with a knockback, and I watched the third boulder just slowly careening towards my head. I was like, why is it in a different angle? And then I'm already on the floor. Why would you do this to me?
I think that triple tail attack caught all of us by surprise, just because I was like,
'Cause we, like-
why are you doing this again?
We were like 17 fights in when he finally started doing it. We were like, okay, he's done the same thing every time, we're fine. And then one of us got slightly behind him. He's like, that's it. I'm showing you my asshole. And then we died. It was just tail swipe.
But for a glass cannon, he's really fun to fight. I did like
I
him.
gotta agree. It was probably one of the more fun events.
And just wait for his, what was it, Risen Chameleos?
Okay.
From Rise?
Yep. I actually don't think I fought any of the Risen monsters from Rise.
So,
I'm a chump.
Totally looking forward to that
2
one.
years later, when we get those,
2 years later when we get, the Elder Dragon subspecies.
we'll have a grade 15 weapons. Piece of cake.
Easy.
Probably. Oh god, here we go. Kevin, go ahead.
Fighting Spirit is good. Special Part Breaker is trash, even though I just rolled one like right in front of you.
Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Fighting Spirit scaling is interesting. I think just one level of it on any Valor piece is necessary.
Right.
If you're running Valor and you haven't put this on it.
You run either 1 or 5.
Yeah, you're 1 or 5. But if you have like Valor chestplate and you don't have Fighting Spirit on it, go get Fighting Spirit on it. Take your time to do it.
Fighting Spirit is how I'm still holding the world record for 9-star Ebony.
It's the Fighting Spirit.
It was Fighting Spirit 5, Special Boost 5, Scour
Oh,
Striker.
that's right!
No one will beat my 27-second record.
It's just a dumping speck on his head. I don't know where Special Part Breaker's niche is.
And it's fun. I want a Special Part Breaker. I rolled 9 Fighting Spirits and 1 Special Part Breaker.
That's funny.
Who would have thought Fighting Spirit was the way? Well, Kevin did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of who would want Special Part Breaker. Like, who's using Special like that?
Well, the question is, who's breaking parts a lot? I mean, besides for dual blades, where I could break the head and tail, like foot and tail or something, from 1 spec.
Wyvern Sniper, Wyvern Hard Ammo could probably do it. I think, Great Sword's probably breaking parts like crazy, but I don't think you're getting spec back that quick.
Right.
I think the only good case for Special Part Breaker is Dual Blades, where you hit like guaranteed head and tail every time.
You're always hitting at least 2 parts, and you know which parts they are. So if you had Part Breaker, Special Part Breaker, you probably could just...
Or in just like a group hunt, where... Because I think you get that no matter who breaks the part.
It
so
just
it's
says
like,
each time a part is broken.
Yeah,
so like if you have like 2 or 3 points, you get like a bunch of bonus special every time a part is broken.
Right.
But I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
I've always been low on it.
When using special skills.
I get the increased damage, but I feel like my special is breaking parts anyway. So the increased damage isn't doing that much for me.
Yeah.
Because you can't choose where you're hitting except for the first hit.
You can kind of choose, and when I do the dual blade video, you'll see that. But depending upon certain monster attacks, you can start the special on, let's say, the head, and then have it finish on the head as well.
So you head, then you whip back through.
Like Rathian, how he'll do like that tail swipe.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, so like starting the head as he's doing that. Now the tail's in front of me, so the game thinks that's where I started, and then it'll go and hit the head for the finale.
The crazy tech. I did not know that. That's so crazy.
Mm-hmm. So that's how I have to do a lot of my speedruns. I gotta see who can do weird things like that.
And then figure out where you can
Or
get the
like,
part breaks.
Koropuki, like when it goes in the air and the tail kind of goes upwards, it thinks that's where I started.
Oh, that swing up
Yeah.
counts? Oh, because
Yeah.
his tail's in front of his head.
Because now it's in front. So it's stupid mechanics like that where you guys see what's now in front of you and you can kind of cheese it to do both hits on the same part.
That's insane. I love that.
So, I mean, you can kind of cheese that, but again, like, I'm not breaking more than 2, maybe 3 parts.
I mean, it's only that many parts that break on most monsters anyway.
You know, maybe if the special gauge refill was more. But, like, I don't know.
I can't imagine, like...
I want to love it.
If it was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% scaling on the special gauge,
Then
I
probably.
still think it wouldn't be good against 10-star monsters. I think it would only be good for an 8 or 9.
But then you'd have to run all 5 with Valor 5, and then maybe it could be decent.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you actually wouldn't even need Valor 5. If you had 50% gauge each time you break a part, and you were able to break the head and tail in one spec,
not
you
a
could
10
respec
well,
immediately.
Right. It wouldn't break it on a 10-star. It's very rare.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is if you're
So-
fighting like a 9.
So 10-star, you would spec Valor 5, spec again. That will probably break something, which then refills your special gauge, and then try and get your 3rd special off.
Special Boost 5, Special Part Breaker 5, Valor 5.
I wanted to.
That would be...
I was trying to throw, like, you know, the Lagombi helmet and everything to get that kind of build, but I just kept getting Fighting Spirit.
You poor soul.
So maybe
Poor
if you-
soul, you got the better smell.
I know. So maybe if, you know, the event comes back around one day and outside of, you know, this one, like you know, maybe I'll go for it.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. At least it has some use case.
But Fighting Spirit is good.
But Fighting Spirit is probably the better of the 2 from that gem.
I'm gonna.
I generally don't put more than 1 point of Fighting Spirit on, but even
I
unless it's Crit Ferocity, where there's literally nothing else that's better.
It's a splash skill, but it's a good splash skill.
Listen,
Yeah, it's a really good one.
I only did it for Ebony.
But
Yeah.
Hellfire, you could just like cut off that second half of it. You know, who cares about Light Power? But Coalescence, Hellfire Coalescence. I'm so glad that Hellfire is finally like a real thing.
Well, Fire Coalescence, Bleeding Edge Coalescence. You know,
Bubbly Dance Coalescence? I mean, kind
No,
of, but not
kind of.
really.
Like
I mean, if
like
you,
at
if you,
one
if you
point
didn't
on
have,
Bubbly, I would.
Yeah, if you didn't have Hellfire or Bleeding Edge, you could do Bubbly, but it will eventually wear off, and then you'll get your buff.
Here's the real kicker. Firm foothold Coalescence, and then let yourself get poisoned by the monster.
I mean, yeah.
You could. I mean,
If you're
Was
versing
it
like
Coalescence and I tried putting Coalescence on the Carnival head because it gives you poison resistance 3 because that actually works.
wait, so
Really?
you resist the fact
If you
that it
resist,
poisoned
you like get it and then immediately lose it. You don't like get the effect, but you'll still trigger Coalescence.
And it's a 20 seconds, so it's like a third of the fight. You get the Coalescence scaling feels so wrong.
it does.
15 and then just getting 5 each time.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's so goofy. But like Hellfire if you have a Hellfire, if you have the mag helmet or the mag coil and you haven't smelt the Coalescence on it yet, please do. It's so good on literally every build.
Mag coil with 1 Coalescence or 1 Fighting Spirit or just 2 Coalescence is so good.
Yeah, having a double smelt on the belt is
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, we got a lot of value out of Coalescence down trials. I feel like everyone was doing
that,
it.
That probably helped carry me through a lot of it too, using Bleeding Edge and Coalescence.
Yeah, I mean, I got all my trials done because of Coalescence. I don't think if Coalescence didn't exist, I probably wouldn't be done with trials.
Yeah, probably not. Or we just have to really figure out how to alternate our build to get the win.
Yeah, I mean Valor, but like, there's only so much Valor can
Yeah.
do in certain fights.
I mean, you have to be Kevin and do Valor 4.
Listen, Valor 4, so I can get the second fighting spirit trigger sooner, worked.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me, but it makes so much sense if you think about it on
Yeah.
paper.
And that goes back to how great Trials is, because Kevin would never even try to attempt that.
No.
You wouldn't, yeah. You
I'd
wouldn't
still be
go-
using
While-
whatever
while
the most
you
basic
Waste all
build.
your potions to try something as a 10-star when you could just try it in Trials now.
That's so true. It really is true.
I didn't even have the same line that I was taking.
Right. Like, you completely changed everything.
Yeah. Like, I was still doing, like, the same line, then
And
Trials is
Latent
good.
Power.
Captain Celestin's good. I guess Latent Power exists.
I mean, I do like Latent Power.
Latent Power was actually
But-
surprisingly good for, I mean,
But-
after 48 seconds into the battle. Is that correct? It's
So
quicker by 1 second per... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
initially-
48 seconds is the latest you'll get it, but you could get it quicker.
I usually
So-
get it within 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because every weapon has their own motion values for their attacks.
Mhm.
So, like, it may trigger earlier for you than it would for me, or later for Kevin.
I guess that actually got buffed by Hammer recently since it got all those motion values.
Oh, yeah, you got
buffs.
Yeah.
MP
Oh,
buffs.
yeah.
I was talking to, I forget who it was about it, it was one of my friends, about how much motion value Pierce and shotgun ammo actually have.
Mm-hmm.
People forget about it because they put the motion value in advance because they know you're going to whiff some of the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't whiff the bullet, I think each bullet has some ridiculous motion value. It's like 170 per bullet or
jeez.
something ridiculous. It's a super high motion value because they expect the whole bullet to never hit.
Right.
So like Pierce ammo, you could just hit the full Pierce ammo every time. I think I got latent power triggers within like 20 to 25 seconds on every fight that had wings. I was blasting them.
So basically, you're gonna run Latent 5.
It's fast. It's
Right.
really quick. I had to look at the videos I took, but like, actually, I'm gonna pull.
I mean, if you could trigger super early, I mean, that's also crazy to increase your special gauge fill rate. You know, with Latent 5, 50%.
it's good.
I've never noticed the special gauge fill rate in like the earlier
Well, no,
like
because
levels of it, but
usually for us, it triggers like halfway through the fight. We're
yeah.
like, at that point, we don't need the second special.
Yeah. So Pierce has a total of about 100 per bullet, which is if I land
Yes.
every hit,
So
I
every
get
hit.
1 second off per shot.
Right.
Which means if I perfect dodge the 5 clip I have, I can take 10 seconds off within the first 6 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
which is stupid. 170 is completely off, but it's still very high. A lot of these have cluster has 180 motion value. Why? Anyway, moot point.
I definitely recommend running at least one in your builds.
I think this is the splash skill.
Yeah.
Like if you
I mean-
had
I mean, just
a
for the 20% affinity.
yeah, just in general, if you just had like, oh, I don't know what drift gem to use, and you just pick this guy, you kind of can't get a bad choice because even if you get coalescence, whatever piece of armor you have, as long as it's not a helmet or a belt, chances are you could probably still put it in the Hellfire build.
No, if it's not going in a Hellfire build, it's the coalescence is kind of completely useless.
Yeah, you usually can slot it in, but you have to want to use Hellfire. Or whatever comes out next season, who knows?
There will be other stuff down the line that's similar to Hellfire from future monsters.
Godfire. Heaven Fire.
If you're not using coalescence for Hellfire, there will be other monsters that you'll probably want to use it on.
I'm excited for that.
Whoa.
Look at that transition. Ah, yes. The crit boost gem and then the other stuff that's stuck with it. I you know, how do I say this? This was a sleeper for me. It's really good to have, but all of it already exists, so it just didn't feel like it was something new.
Here's the good thing about this, though, is that if you're just looking for Crit Eye, and you want to get a Crit Eye gem, you don't have to get Cyan anymore and just get ice attack uselessly. Now you can
Right.
at least roll this.
Oh, that's a good point. You
I
can
mean-
roll
And then
this.
you at least you're getting something out
Right.
of it for
Yeah,
sure.
'cause even if you get weakness exploit instead of crit eye, you're still boosting your affinity, hitting a weak spot.
Your crit boost is solid 2 to have, and then your
Right.
melds kind of move around. I think that's actually a pretty good point. That changes my mind on this. That's,
I mean,
that's definitely better. Now.
Crit boost is still the winner.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Like if you're a newer player, like especially during like this one, like I'd probably just try to get like at least one gold skill on like all of like my most
Right.
useful gear, and then like get something more specific later. Because like pretty much any affinity build would be happy with like any of those 3 skills.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think it covers all the bases.
Oh man,
All right. Nargacuga. That's a
season,
name.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So, wannabe hammer that can buff the party. Kevin, are you gonna build hunting horns?
No.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna ask this again. Kevin, are you gonna build hunting horns?
Yeah.
Thank you, for the love of God. He's finally gonna get off hammer.
But yeah, based upon the main games at least, Nargacuga was, like a raw weapon with high affinity. So we should expect that in this game.
Would be nice. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna have some really spicy weapons. Raw seems to be really good in almost every weapon. So
Right.
I
If
feel
Black
like
Diablos is anything to say, I'd like to see this.
I feel like Raw's kind of struggling right now because crit element is like the head honcho of like meta
So-
build. So like,
Raw will never.
what does Raw bring to the table if it has like high affinity?
The only thing it brings to the table is you're only making 1 weapon instead of 5.
Yes, but that
So-
would have to be a
so for
good
people who-
one weapon.
People who don't play often or don't want to spend the money to wail on, rarity 6 from all these monsters to build your full elemental sets.
I mean, that's
I'd say
also,
it's pretty good.
I think usually with raw weapons, you usually have a higher base value overall. You're not dipping into element, so things
Right.
with percentage damage bonus usually
Yeah,
is
so
a
things like burst are good.
Yes. So
burst, coalescence, fighting spirit.
I think Coalescence cares about the element too.
yeah, coalescence is increased damage, so it's both the raw and the
Oh
element.
right.
So unfortunately, that's the downside of raw weapons is skills like coalescence and resuscitate. You're losing damage because you only have one of the 2 instead of like both
The two,
raw and
two.
elements.
I'd like to see where it goes. They obviously they have the ability
But
to add.
like
things,
Kevin
too.
said, burst is strictly attack, so it's your raw damage only.
This is true.
So that will scale nicely.
Peak performance.
You just throw raw power on there.
Peak performance is goated. It's so good. And
You
then powered up versions of monsters and new weapon upgrading systems. Are we getting drift gems
Listen,
for weapons?
I'm excited and scared about this at the same time.
Yeah, because this is gonna be another power creep. Now it's powered up monsters, so probably tempered or
Did you guys
frenzied.
see the video from Twitter today?
No.
That was like just an animation of a Rathian in like a drift thing, and it was
No.
just flying. Oh, you didn't see? It was even posted in the
I
Discord.
was waiting for you to say like the Rathian anamorphed into a drift gem. They got put on a sword and shield, and then it became like a poison sword and shield that's also fire. And I was gonna be like, can we just like go back?
Here, this was posted on Twitter today. It's just a random Rathian flying through the drift, and now here it is, all goopy. Monster Hunter now.
Interesting.
And now he's in Smash Bros.
Yes. I mean, Rathalos was.
It was.
My next Smash character. I can't wait to main him. I hope he has really good range. I'm curious to see where this goes. I think a new upgrading system is gonna take some. How do I say this? Take some heat off of the weapons that aren't that good right now. If it's a way to make them different.
So it depends on how they do that. So I think it was World. Depending upon like the level of the weapon, you get you like 1 skill or 2. Right?
Yeah.
That was World. Or was that
Iceborne had
Rise?
like. What did Iceborne have? Yeah, like depending on the grade of the weapon
Right.
that it ended, you can get a couple of extra
extra
attunements
slots
to it.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they do it that way, that would be a good way to enhance weapons. So like a silver may get, say 1 drift slot, but then Arzuros might get 2 drift slots.
Well, that's what I was saying. That might even balance it out depending on what the drifts can be on them, because that could be really good.
So if they do it that way, that could bring weaker weapons up, which then I'm making Akhenasom dual blades, where they come with lock on.
Oh, that's a good point. I kind of forgot about that. Oh, wait. Why are you using lock on? Just gyro, nerd.
Hell no.
Gyro enjoyers are in shambles right now.
Um,
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes.
Powered Up Monsters is like the main games. You have Tempered and Frenzied. It's probably going to be our own version of that.
Do you think there's going to be the same level system with the powered up versions? So you think it's going to be like, it's going to be an 11-star monster, or do you think it's going to be a tempered 6 through 10-star monster?
It'll probably be tempered 6 through 10, I think.
Probably.
I'm thinking that too. I think if
Or
they...
maybe like red star.
Well, that would be the 11-star,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
if they do a
Maybe.
red star monster, then it's
Right.
grade 11, but they can't increase the health that much.
So that's going to be the issue, is if they make it like an 11-star monster, that's locking out of probably a good majority of the players who are probably still sitting at 8-star. Most people don't really progress, except for maybe recently with trials. They can see, oh wow, I can kill 9 stars, no problem, let me move up. Like one of my friends is doing that right now.
Yeah, so if you had an 11-star monster,
Yeah.
I mean, we would be able to kill it
We-
eventually, but it'd be definitely a
Right.
struggle depending
It
on what it
might
is.
take a good majority of the players.
If they're
Yeah.
going to do this, they have to make Jagras the flagship. If they make it an 11-star, they have to be an 11-star Jagras first.
It'll probably like Wyvern Gem Shards, where it's like everyone drops it.
Right.
So like you would always
Find
Jagras
I mean,
to
it'll
get
probably-
the Wyvern Gem Shards
it'll
at
probably
first,
be
and then you
kinda
get
like
like
that.
harder monsters.
Yeah.
When we first went from to 8 stars, what could we kill? Jagras, maybe Gyros, and
Hell, I couldn't even kill Jagras at 8 stars. What did I start with?
Yeah,
I think I was just Puke.
you couldn't do anything.
I was killing
un-
Baroths.
You couldn't do anything until you got the Wyvern Gem Shards. So
Yeah.
if they do that here, where they try to say, okay, well, you need now these special rarity 7 drops from these tempered monsters.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. What color do you think a rarity 7 drop's going to be?
What colors are you so far? Yellow, red,
Green.
blue, green.
Pale.
Might just be
Green,
purple.
blue, purple, yellow,
Oh, we
red,
already have purple.
pink.
Pink, orange.
Pink, orange are the 2 rarer rarities from most games. Varieties varies.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's gonna be pink.
Could be pink.
I'm curious. If it is a thing, obviously. We don't know.
Right.
That's not like a data mine or anything. We have absolutely no idea. But it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, but I think that'll be great. And then also depends upon like the weapon enhancements. Is it giving us drift slots? Is it just making it from
Gotta hope
grade
it give us drift slots.
10-5 to grade 11-5?
If it gives you drift slots and you could put your own gems in it, are there going to be separate gems for weapons and armor? Probably not.
Probably not, because the only time they did that was with the new game Wilds. They kind of separated attack ones and then armor ones.
I'm not saying they can't, but I don't see them doing it. It'd be too
Yeah,
difficult.
I think that'd be probably also too much coding for them too to try and make specific ones just for
True.
weapons.
Or
It might just be like
it...
add a little bit of damage, add a little bit of affinity, or some other, maybe increase the skill by 1.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it an increase in skill
I
or
could finally get
damage or
Windproof
affinity?
3 on Kushala.
Yeah, because like weapons that already have really good skills that don't have a lot on them might actually just get hard buffed by it. Or like weak weapons like Arzuros with what Special Boost 2 comes with might get more on it. Like it might get like Special Boost 4 on it.
That'd be crazy.
Just to like roll it a little further ahead.
I mean, there they go the arson weapon route. Just add a flat, attack or a flat whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it too. I said they have a lot of options here, so it'd be interesting to see. Because I think whatever route they take is going to change what weapons are actually good late
Right.
game. Because a lot of early game weapons are good early until you hit like
Until
9-star
they're not.
monsters, and then it starts falling off. Like
Right.
there's a lot of weapons from Akhenasom that are actually really solid because it has really high raw, but once you get past like 8-9-star
Right.
monsters, they're completely worthless because they can't hit nearly as hard as like a crit element.
Right. I said, so a lot of those beginner ones, I think it's like Aknasam, Lagombi, they come with lock on. So you don't need that from your armor set, which is fantastic. But the weapons are just subpar at 10-star.
Yeah, it really hurts to have really low stats
So
early.
they gotta find a way to bring that up to silver without silver just being still the be all end all.
But without it making it obsolete either, because silver's supposed to be better. It's the same thing with the Elder Dragons. I wonder if the Elder Dragon weapons are going to be enhanced as well, and if that's the case, if
Yes, Hunter Unity 4 on each weapon.
yeah,
Yes!
I was gonna say you can get on level of Hunter's Unity. And does that scale off yourself because you have more than one level of Hunter's Unity?
Right?
Because that would make it interesting if you could, but you can't unify yourself.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, the stealth hug is real.
Um,
And unless just the hunting horn. I mean, I know, it may not be the strongest weapon, but having the party buffs I think is a great thing for newer players to use.
So here's the thing for me. We have 75-second fights.
Mhm.
How long are these buffs going to last?
10 seconds.
And how long is it going to
Take it or
take
leave
to
it.
whip the buff out?
Right.
Because like if it takes 20 seconds to get the buff out, the buff lasts 20 seconds.
Well,
Pretty hard.
I'd say it's probably going to take maybe 5 or 6 seconds to cast a buff.
But I think you have to hit into it, no?
Because you have to use certain attacks, I think, in the main games to play the notes.
Yeah.
So it might just be, tap, hit, hold, hit to, cast a note, and, now.
Just becomes a rhythm game.
Yeah.
If it becomes a rhythm game, I actually pick
I mean,
up Hunting
I-
Horn. I'll
I-
probably pick one up anyway.
I mean, I hope the buffs last for, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, just so, they can actually enjoy hitting a monster too, not just standing there,
Buffing
avoiding
constantly.
attacks, buffing every 10 seconds.
I actually wouldn't be upset if using buffs were permanent in for the rest of the fight. The reason I say that is I think there's going to be routes where you can do damage and you're gonna want to do that damage, but you have to choose between the buff and the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could go down your buff routes first and save your damage hits for later, because the Hunting Horn's blunt, it can stun.
Yes.
No,
So,
I think Hunting Horn still does good damage, on its own. I think it's, in games, you kind of just, cycle through your attacks, and, you start with, once, and then you do the next one, then you do the next one, then you have, a little bit of,
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want, and then the first one will expire, and you'll do that one, you'll kind of just, repeat that process.
But, the main games, hunts can last up to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
We only have 75 seconds. So, I could see it being the 20 to 40 second range.
It'll probably be 20.
I'm with Nidoran, though. I just want to see the greatest Jagras.
Yes!
I want to see the greatest Jagras.
Oh, you never played World, though, to actually see that.
No. No, I thought that was a joke. Is that real?
Yeah.
The greatest Jagras. It's just funny to me.
And it was the tiniest Gyros. You would mount it, and you're literally just on top of this small little lizard.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greatest Jagras hit like a truck. He would just roll over on you, you'd
You
die.
had a giant lava soy.
Yeah,
You're already carding?
I've been talking about that one.
Turn on the slide.
We do.
Whoa.
That's all.
Whoa, that's it?
That's all.
Oh, we even busted out that sweet animation.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that,
That was the first thing I made.
Yeah.
And we never used it. Well, we used it, I think, once.
What was it? Monster Hunter News.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Alright, who wants to do the outro? It sounds fun. Oh. Alright, guys, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Share with all your friends and your mom and your dad and your mom again. Make sure she actually watches it, though.
Love
And
you,
then
Mom.
put a comment down in the channel. It's all that cool stuff. And we'll catch you in the next one.
We'll catch you with Season 6, the Nargacuga one.
Next week.
Next